Welcome. I am Michael Coleman, Cloud Architect at F5 Government Solutions. In this 5-minute video, I'll be discussing the F5 automation toolchain. Infrastructure as code isn't just a buzzword. It's a reality that today's leading organizations have embraced in the quest for more agile and more effective application strategies. F5 Automation Toolchain is a set of automation tools that makes it faster and easier to deploy and configure F5 application services via simple yet powerful declarative interfaces. It includes declarative onboarding, Application Services 3 extension, and telemetry streaming. The toolchain enables developers to programmatically extend F5 application services and integrate with CI/CD toolchains, orchestration systems, and third-party ecosystems. The challenge that we addressed here is that you have developers, network teams, security teams, and they're all just distinct and separate beasts. Everyone is trying to make sure that they get their piece done. DevOps tries to overcome these barriers by breaking down the silos, by gathering teams with the expertise to deliver applications quickly, securely, and effectively. There's a couple of similarities in all of the extensions. Primarily, we took an API-first approach. The traditional GUI and CLI don't lend themselves very well to CI/CD integration. With an API approach, your big IPs can be easily integrated into your CI/CD toolchain. As I mentioned previously, all of the extensions use a declarative JSON interface versus imperative commands. These solutions are open source, so all of the details and content, source code, and schemas can be found on GitHub, with instructions on clouddocs at f5.com. All right, so first up, we've got declarative onboarding. This is often just called DO, and this is really for layer 1 through 3 device provisioning. It's just what it sounds like. It's a declarative method to onboard your big IPs. We're talking things like licensing, module provisioning, networking, user accounts, clustering. One of the specific examples that I use this for in some of my environments, demos, and working with customers is to configure some of the HTTPD or SSHD TLS ciphers and protocols to use to help harden the machine. You can also set things like device banners and other scenarios that you might need for your security configuration. Application Services, or AS3, this is a declarative method to configure your application services, so layers 4 through 7. So it's just like DO, but for your applications. So we're talking things like virtual servers, pools, iRules, security profiles, firewall settings. An example of something that I use this for is setting a baseline security policy template for all applications that will be deployed in your environment. And then finally, we have telemetry streaming, or TS. This is for aggregating, normalizing, and forwarding app statistics and events to third-party analytics. It allows you to create system pollers and listeners on the big IP based on whatever interval and modules you want. The key takeaways here are that F5 Automation Toolchain makes it faster and easier to deploy and configure big IP devices and application services. It simplifies and speeds deployment, minimizes the risk of errors, and makes it easy to implement agile methodology and declarative models. It integrates with third-party automation and orchestration systems, and it monitors and analyzes applications configured with AS3 through BigIQ or TS. That's really all there is to it. There's tons of examples online on GitHub that you can modify to your needs, and I have some specific examples that I referenced that are tied to secure cloud architectures that demonstrate how to apply specific security implementation items to harden your devices. As usual, links to items discussed today will be in the details below.